Hey guys, can you hear me? Laura wanted me to have a cuter. How can I get you to see that? Oh shit, the sun just came out. I hope it doesn't mean my phone is going to. Where did he go? There he is. Or she. I don't know. I used to make those little things when I was in Florida, but then I got sick and tried to find the right kind of seashells. Got old. Hey everybody. Was Nenny first? Don't be lying, Nenny, if you were first or not. If you were first, say you were first. Don't be lying. I titled this Marsha Whitesharkie Told the Truth because she did a premiere. Now, I don't know who it's about. I don't care. But in it, it says, when someone shows you who they truly are, believe it. Well, yeah. I think that applies to Brian. He's shown people. I gotta try to move this, so ignore my fingernails, which I know need to be painted, but I gotta try to set this where. You seen? So that was Marsha Whitesharkie's truth. Was when someone tells you who they truly are, believe it. But I was listening to Brian's, and if anybody has a wrench and they want to post the National Suicide Hotline in the links or post the number, please do. But I was listening to Brian's live over there that I don't know if he's trying to recover from the things he said to Nenny, which we all love Nenny, and we're so happy that, you know, things didn't get her down as much as it could have. But he said in his live or his video over there, he said, I've never considered taking my own life because I care too much about the people around me. What he fails to understand is people that contemplate suicide, they care about the people around them too. They actually get into a mindset that those people would be better off without them. So Brian's talking on, he's talking about shit he knows nothing about, and he admits he knows nothing about it, because if he knew anything about it, he would realize that people that take their own lives, they're not thinking that the people around them are going to suffer. They're thinking that the people around them would be better off. So Brian will continue to go at Ben because he's got nothing else going for him. So, he's got absolutely no proof that troll was Ben, but he doesn't care. Like I said, Marsha Whitesharkie spoke a truth. And then Pink said in someone's live, I don't know if it was Brian's, I think it was, based on past behaviors, that she could believe that this was Ben. Well, really, do we want to talk about past behaviors? Because based on Brian's past behavior, he mocked a dead baby over and over and over and over again. So, Pink, do we want to believe that's Brian? That's what I'm saying, man. These people, they don't know what, in Ash 274, let me address something she said. Why do they keep bringing up things from your past, Brian? Well, let's see, Ash. You've been talking about being doxxed for months. Yet no one knows who you are. No one knows where you live. No one knows your real name. No one knows what you look like. And then come to find out you were actually doxxed by the drama community, not ours. So why do you keep talking about things in the past, Ash? And don't even get me started on that Corey chick that talks to Cupid dolls or whatever kind of dolls those are. That girl's just crazy. And yes, that's my opinion. If Brian can have an opinion, so can we. Why would you be surprised, Nenny? She wants to know why people keep bringing up things from Brian's past. Like, we're just supposed to forget everything Brian's done in his past. But yet, anything Ben did never seems to go away. They can't let go of the things Ben said and did. But we're supposed to just forget Brian was ever a dick. We're supposed to forget about that. By the way, I'll drop my PayPal. Oh, he fell. I'll drop my PayPal link in the description. So if anybody wants to buy me any Jello or pudding pops. Hey, Galway girl. Well, I don't know if she was actually referring to you, Nenny. She might have been referring to me, bringing up the things that Brian has said about Braden. I don't know. She might have been referring to that. I don't know what Ash was referring to. It was just a statement she said, and I thought, how ironic that Ash would say that, you know? We're just supposed to forget everything Brian's done in the past and not dwell on it and not bring it up. But yeah, Ben, there is a picture on Brian's community post. I don't know if it's your relation or, I don't know, some of the shit he's got going on over there is cryptic. But I don't know if those are your parents in the back of that pickup truck or not, Ben. You might want to go check it out. But you know what? If it is, it'll be okay, because Brian gets a free pass. If he's posting pics of Ben's parents, it'll be okay with these folks. These folks won't have any problem with it. But post a picture of Brian's parents and see what happens. All hell will break loose. Everybody will be all kinds of scummy bitches. I get it, Ben, but I don't know if those are your parents in that picture. But your parents aren't on YouTube. So if that's them, then you need to fucking report him. It's one thing to go after you. It's a whole different thing to go after your parents. He didn't like it when somebody said something shitty about his daughters. And I totally agree. The comment that was said was shitty. I'm sick and tired of the rules only applying to certain fucking people, man. I'm tired of it. He ain't getting out of hand. He's been out of hand, Daily Poppins, for years. Right, Tawny C, don't say that. Hey, Tawanda. I was going to call you today. But then I went live this morning and my phone overheated. And then Laura went live this morning. You know? If families are off limits, then families are off limits. It shouldn't matter if it's your children. It shouldn't matter if it's your parents. It shouldn't matter if it's your brothers or your sisters. If they're off limits, they're freaking off limits. Are you still at work, Tawanda? I thought you might be. I didn't know whether... I figured you probably did work on Sundays, though, because of the restaurant and stuff. Just Steph, it's just, Brian came on accusing Ben of being this horrific, the Ted Bundy troll. Now keep in mind, that Ted Bundy troll threatened me in Brian's comments. Said he wanted to gut me in an alley and for me to sleep with one eye open. So this troll said something horrible about Brian. Or no, horrible about Brian's daughters. Brian's posting pictures of his underage daughters on YouTube. Do I agree with that? Absolutely not. Is it my business? Absolutely not. But this troll said something horrible, and he immediately started going, oh, this is Ben. This is who you all support. This is Ben. This is Ben. He's got no proof it's Ben. Not only that, but Ben was on a live when the troll was making comments. I don't, now he's got some cryptic shit going on over there. I can't even understand it. Don't even care. I don't know if that's Ben's parents' pictures in the back of that pickup truck. If it is, report that shit, Ben. And keep reporting his fucking channel. And keep reporting it until it gets taken down. Then he can move over to Skittlepox. Because, you know, he doesn't care, according to him, because he has 2 channels. Man, I don't want to hold this phone, but I want the turtle to show. How can I make my turtle show? Maybe if I take him off the log, put him on the ground. The other night it was a lizard. Today it's a turtle. Well, the lizard was real, the turtle is not. Well, and my thing is, when Ben does something creepy, I call him out. I always have. You know, so it's not like Ben gets a free pass from people. Laura has called him out. You know, and Pink. Well, I remember when Laura was really afraid of Ben. Laura has explained that a dozen fucking times, Pink. And don't act like you don't watch your lives. So, move on, Pink. Nothing to see there. But Brian's explanation on his reasoning for saying the things he said about Nenny C. And I do have the screenshot, and Serendipity just posted it, where he's told her that something about 3 bullets, all because Nenny said he had a low IQ. All because Nenny said he had a low IQ. Hello, Carla Marie. Because Nenny said he has a low IQ, he gets to strike that low, and it's okay. According to all of his buddies over there, it's perfectly fine. And then they say, well, we don't support it. We tell him that he's wrong. Well, no. I didn't see anybody in his stream this morning telling him that he's wrong. I take that back. I did see somebody say Laura is not that Ted Bundy troll. Hey, Pearls. But I did title my video because Marsha whitesharkie did say something that was true. And it was, when someone shows you who they are, fucking believe them. Yeah, I don't know, Steph. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Ben has made mistakes. Ben has definitely made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. We've all gone on, you know, record to say something that's, you know, not quite truthful, or we didn't have anything, you know, we didn't have proof to back us up or whatever. We all make mistakes. But I'm sick and tired of Brian getting a free fucking pass. For God's sakes, people. He mocked a dead child. But hey, that's in the past. That's in the past. People should move on from the things Brian said about that baby. But don't nobody move on from the things Ben said. No. No, no, no. Don't move on from Ben. Just move on from Brian. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Worst nightmare, prove it. Just bring your proof. See, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I think you're talking about a live stream where Ben was drinking and he said some very inappropriate things. I don't think it was a troll account. So, again, worst nightmare, bring your proof. Don't come in here saying, I have the proof of what Brian has said. Look at my videos. Hey, Nadia G. I'm hoping my phone doesn't overheat. I thought it was going to be shady, but lo and behold, the frickin' sun is back out. Maybe I can move around to the other side. I don't know. See, worst nightmare comes in here and says, oh, Ben has done this. Well, then fucking put your proof out there, man. You know? And if Ben has done it, don't we need to move on? Because we got to move on from Brian and the things that Brian has said. That's what everybody expects us to do, is to move on from Brian. Phone got hot. I knew it was going to overheat out there. It was shady a minute ago. Worst nightmare, I don't know. I didn't hear it. Yes, I think he was Dirk Diggler. But I didn't hear the comment about the girl. I'm not saying Ben did or did not say it. Well, everybody must not know that Brian is that way, because they're all still sitting over there supporting him. You know? But yet anybody goes into Ben's live stream, oh yeah, that's bad news. I don't know everything that Ben... I have to set this down for a minute so you're going to see my kneecap. Okay, worst nightmare, you made your fucking point, man. You made your fucking point. Maybe Ben did say something like that. But that doesn't make him the freaking Ted Bundy troll. Did Ben's parents say that?
Well, keep an eye on him. He's sitting by the door, so I guess that means he's got to go out.
He just came out, but he'll be fine. I had to let the dog out. Is it buffering again? I don't know why it's buffering again. Tuck. Tucker. Hey, Tucker. Oh, he's off to get something. I wish my phone wouldn't have got hot out there. It felt pretty good sitting out there. I'm not worried about him either. But listening to over there talking about suicide, I was like, really, dude? You don't have a fucking clue. He said his niece and his friend offed themselves. Who says that? I've lost dear people to suicide. I've never said they offed themselves. I said they took their own lives. But Worst nightmare. We hear you. We heard you. Was you over there giving Brian 10 kinds of shit for saying what the things that he said? Go watch my video, The Real Brian St. John. See the things that he said. You over there giving Brian shit? Anybody's got a wrench, wants worst nightmare out, feel free, because he or she just keeps repeating themselves. We heard you. And you keep repeating it over and over again. Ben, scroll up. See what worst nightmare said. Brian's always obsessed with somebody. Always. You know? Brian said it's not illegal to jerk off to a 14-year-old. Who even thinks like that? Who even thinks like that? Who even thinks like that? Who cares if it's illegal? It's fucking gross. It's okay, Ben. Whatever. If you said it, you said you're sorry, move on. Maybe Brian will say he's sorry. Tuck, quit. Of course he's on Pink's talking shit. That's the place to go if you want to talk shit. Go to Pink's. Hey, worst nightmare. Pink's got something going on over there. Maybe Pink will diagnose me again and tell me how angry I am and how bitter I am. While she puts a comment in Diane's that anybody tries to tell her what to do, they'll be face down curbside. Maybe then. Nobody has to prove anything, Laura. That's the way it goes, man. Tuck, stop. No proof needed. You know, Brian's okay in everybody's book, even after the vile things he said, but God forbid Ben say anything. Oh, don't worry, Dova. I won't stay live long. My battery doesn't... It just overheated out at the picnic table. I won't stay live long. I just noticed that White Sharkie put up a premiere, and it said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I was like, by God, that's the first truthful thing I've heard come out of White Sharkie's mouth. Nobody needs proof. Kiki can run around saying that Laura sent her some threatening, shitty email about her child, but she hadn't proved it. As a matter of fact, she's done totally opposite of proving it. I know, but it's, well, thank you, Dova. But it's Sunday afternoon, and I have bedhead still, and I was going to make a tenderloin for dinner, but nobody's really here, so... It's nobody's business what you spend your money on. Exactly. Brian can put his PayPal in there for pudding pops and fucking Jellos, and everybody's like, oh, Brian, we just love you. Laura puts her fucking PayPal down there for an alternator, which is $400, and Laura's e-begging. Wonder if Vinny's gonna call Brian an e-beggar. I mean, he's over there e-begging for pudding pops and fucking jellos. Tawanda, are you leaving me? I know you probably gotta get back to work. I'll call you here in a little bit, Tawanda. I'll call you when I think you're off work. You know, it's, everybody's counting everybody's money. Hell, I put my fucking PayPal link in a video, and I caught shit about that too. It's like, whatever. Yeah, well, I know she's behind us in time, though. You're starting to GoFundMe for somebody, Hockey Mom? Are you? Yeah, we know Herbie Herb, Life Rewinded. I don't know her real name. I don't want to know her real name. Why? What's up? Herbie Herb is usually in Mandy Lynn's, or not Mandy Lynn, but Mandy Bell's live streams. I don't know if she's back to doing her weekly or whatever, her quick fix on what's going on YouTube, but she's in Mandy Bell's live streams a lot. Yeah, I don't know anything about Herbie Herb's real life. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about anybody's real life, but Brian knows all about everybody's real life because he looks everybody up, remember? Just like when I said something about calling Marianne's dad, which I would never call her father. I don't give two shits. Brian said, as he's laying on his deathbed, getting ready to go to the hospital. Marianne, if she calls your dad, you tell me. I'll give you every piece of information on her. Mandy Bell, she said some troll is asking her questions about Herbie, and I said Herbie goes to your live streams. That's about the extent of that one. Life Rewinded. Maybe you can hit Herbie up in her email. I think it's in her about section. Yeah, these trolls are just going after small town YouTubers. It is what it is. Well, I hope whatever you're in the ER for is fixable. Hope it's not any of the babies. Nobody likes to see babies sick. Yep, pneumonia. I can buy that. It's that time of year. But if somebody, Life Rewinded, if somebody's hitting you up about Herbie Herb, then try to hit Herbie Herb up in her email. I think it's in her about section. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I don't know. Well, I hope you feel better, Mandy Bell. I do. Is this thing on? Yes, Ben. We can see you, Ben. See, I can have a difference with people and still be cool. Oh, is it buffering bad? Really? Life Rewinded, if I see Herbie, I'll tell her. Mandy Bell, if you see Herbie Herb, will you tell her to contact Life Rewinded? Hockey Mom, you do not need a $400 hair dryer. That is ridiculous. Hell, I was rolling quarters last week to feed the dogs. Shit. I need some pudding pop money. I need some Jello money. Ben, now come on, dude. You said some pretty rank things when it comes to Mandy Bell. Come on. Go on, Tuck. Yeah, Ben, be nice, man. You just said you're not sweating the dumb shit, so. And all that's in the past. That's why I don't understand why Brian is still going after Ben. Take care, Mandy. I do breathing treatments every day, so I feel your pain. But I keep on smoking them cigarettes, so. Is that a sad face, Nanny C? Don't have a sad face. Well, it'd be nice if Sage could come back on YouTube, Laura, but with all the fucking nasty people out there, I hate for her to be in the middle of a live stream and one of them fucking ornery trolls come in and say that shit to her. Hockey won't adopt Nenny. It's sad that Sage can't go and do her YouTube thing without fucking being harassed by a bunch of frickin' haters. Laura, I was out on the picnic table with the little turtle and it was cute and it was cute to look at, but my phone overheated. I don't have an Applebee's rug. Oh, you mean in the camper? Yeah. No, Nadia, she has no other content. It's all about Laura. That's how she's building her channel. You know how so many have built their channel? That's okay, Jane. We've all got a little touch of lurkatitis. You're right, there are a lot of scumbags on YouTube these days. Don't be scared. Patreon is fun. All the evil ones left. They moved on. Yep, lurkatitis. We've all got a bit of it. That's what I said when we were talking about it the other night. That's probably the most simple out of all the things we... It really is fun in Patreon, Puss in Boots. We do have some laughs. Oh, good. I'm growing on Jane Brown. Good. I need to grow my channel so I can do a real live stream and not this bullshit. I want to start having people on panel and... I mean, I don't want to be no PewDiePie. That's not my goal, but I just want to do a real live stream. Where you don't have to look at my little bitty stained up... Well, it's not my deck. It's my brother's deck. I know. Laura, I've thought about it. I thought about posting a video that says, I found out the truth about Laura Keck. And man, I would have over 1,000 in a heartbeat. Hockey Mom, you shouldn't blow dry your hair all the way anyways. It's not good for it. It dries it out. Should just dry it a little bit and leave it damp a little bit. I should have waited till this evening to do this when it's cooler. And I've actually had a shower. Alright, Ben, we won't tell you anymore. I just thought if you had pictures of your parents riding in a pickup truck, you might want to report it. Are you going to discuss Jodi Arias? Why? Oh, she's filed an appeal or something, hadn't she? Okay, Ben, everybody in here, 73 people, including lurkers, do not tell Ben any more what people say about him. So what about Jodi Arias, Laura? Prosecutor is in deep shit. Ooh, I bet that's got Brian St. John pissed. Because he's a big Juan... What was it? Juan Martinez? He's a big Juan Martinez fan. I mean, Brian even went so far as to call a juror that served on the jury of Jodi Arias and tell the man to quit doing interviews. Hello, Brian. You can't tell the man what he can and can't do. Don't know why you think you could. Hey, you got to give Jose Baez fucking credit, man. Anybody that could get, yo girl Casey walks with no charges other than lying to police, you got to give the man fucking credit. But in reality, he didn't have that big of a job. The state overcharged her. You know, they didn't have the evidence to go after Casey Anthony for the death penalty. Aaron Hernandez, I didn't really follow that case too much. I mean, I did sorta, but wave hi to the clerk. Yeah, they definitely should have taken that off the table, Daily Poppins, you're right. And they should have just charged her with second degree. If they'd have charged Casey Anthony with second degree murder, I believe they would have got a conviction. But when they say, you know, when they try to overcharge people and they don't have the evidence to back it up, that's where they end up, that's where they end up losing a case. And everybody was outraged that Casey Anthony walked. But you know, our judicial system is what it is, and sometimes guilty people walk. I still don't think Casey Anthony intentionally killed that baby. Bye, Tawny C. I don't think she intentionally killed Kaylee. I believe she used drugs to sedate her so she could go out because she didn't want to ask her mom to babysit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew that he got a not guilty on that double homicide. Then didn't he end up killing himself or something? I believe it was an accidental death too, Daily Poppins. But I believe that Casey played a role in it. You know, it's not like I don't believe that baby drowned or anything like that. I believe she medicated that baby, and I believe she did it more than once. And I believe she probably used shit like Benadryl and shit like that. And then, boom, all of a sudden she figured out that Xanax works a lot better. I think she killed the baby with Xanax. I really do. And I think she deserved to go to prison for her part in it. But when they came back not guilty, I wasn't surprised a bit. Hey, Crazy Mama 3. Bye, Ben. Be careful. Yeah, I don't know how she deals with life on a daily basis either. I don't. But she is a killer. But I don't believe it was cold-blooded. I didn't believe the chloroform story from the get-go. That guy did not prove his case. That chloroform specialist that took that bucket and got the air out of the trunk, he didn't prove his case at all. And wasn't he involved in a more recent case? That dude's kind of a clown, really. Can't think of his name, but I agree she belongs in jail. I don't disagree with that. I can agree with the verdict because the state did not prove their case. If the state would have gone with a lesser charge, then they probably could have proved it and Casey would be in prison right now. But because they overcharged her and they didn't have the evidence to back it up. That's my personal opinion. Does she belong in jail? Yep, she does. No, the computer didn't prove Casey was looking up chloroform. The computer proved someone was looking up chloroform, and then they turned around and got that wrong because they said it was a date in which it was proven to be wrong. I don't know. Supposedly there was a Google search. Now, I know Cindy went on the stand and said that she stumbled onto chloroform because of some plants in her yard. I will, Life Rewinded. I will. But Cindy said, and I know Cindy lied for Casey, but she said she went on the computer and was Googling some plants that was making her dog sick, and it somehow took her into chloroform. That was her story. That was Cindy Anthony's story. So, was it true? I don't know. Was she Googling it? And somehow, shit, I go into Google something, and before you know it, I end up in all kinds of... He loved that baby so much, and her own mother couldn't give a shit. Sick bitch. He loved that baby so much, and her own mother. Oh, you mean George? Yeah. I hope nobody's bothering Herbie. Hey, Steve Tim. There's a lot of cases I'm interested in. I'm really interested in the Mark Keith Lloyd. Hell, I might try to cover it, except I don't know how to show screenshots. I don't know how to play news clips. All I know how to do is porch videos, right, NEC? In that interview they did on the 10th anniversary, I think, she told him Casey learned how to lie from him. I watched that video. Or I watched that interview. I just think, good night, Ben. Man, it's awfully early, Ben, to go to bed. It's 4:45 in West Virginia. In West by God, Virginia. But I do think it takes a hell of a marriage to withstand what George and Cindy have withstood, considering their feelings about Casey and what happened. I agree with that. Cindy was more toxic as a parent than George was. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. And I'm not in any way faulting Cindy. Cindy adored that baby. Cindy adored Casey. But do I think Casey's a threat to society? No. No, I don't. Do I think she'll ever harm another child? No. No, I don't. I don't know if they lost their house or not, Lennon. I hope not, but I could understand if they did. Hockey Mom, you do not need a Dyson blow dryer. I don't even have a Dyson vacuum cleaner. Get over it. Right, Pumpkin Ore, I agree. Because they have such different views on what happened, but yet they remained married. To me, that's just unbelievable. I watched every day of that trial, pretty much. Well, I DVR'd it. You know, in my opinion, O.J. Simpson is guilty, but you know what? They didn't prove it. All it took was one racist cop to blow that entire case wide open. One racist cop. I know, Nanny C. I know. I didn't cry because I kind of expected it. See, Lennon, I disagree. I think she's matured. I think she truly loved that baby. I think she truly loved Kaylee. But I just think she was young. I think she was spiteful towards her mother. And I think she did dumb shit. And I think dumb shit meant it ended in little Kaylee dying. And do I think Casey deserves to be in prison? I do. I most certainly do. But yeah, she did dump her. I totally agree. And then she went out and acted like nothing else happened. Nothing happened. I agree. I get it. I know of everything. I don't think she was jealous of that baby. I think maybe a little bit, but I just think it had to do with she wanted her freedom. And I believe her and her mother was constantly fighting. I believe Cindy was forever throwing up in her face, I will take that baby away from you. And Casey would not go to her and ask her to babysit or anything like that. And Kaylee paid the ultimate price for it. It's sad all the way around, and I do think that Casey belongs in prison. How did this start out bitching about YouTubers, and now we're talking about Casey Anthony? Either way, I don't care. Yeah, she did say that her mom wanted to adopt Kaylee. I agree. She allowed her attorney to publicly accuse her father and brother of things that I don't believe happened. And I can totally understand why George wants absolutely nothing to do with her. I get it. I know they say that you'll always love your child no matter what they do. But I think in George's case, that might not be true. True crime is better than YouTube drama, but yeah, the crazy nanny story. I mean, that was obvious. Zanny the nanny. Come on, it didn't take a genius to figure that one out. Well, I knew Casey wouldn't contact George to see if he was okay. I think Casey might be mentally ill too. Bye, Jojo. Are you leaving? Now, see, it really might be JoJo's bedtime. I don't know. I think about, I think about Brian's situation with his son. I think about the Anthony situation with their son or their daughter. And, could I really quit loving my child? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to pray to God I'm never in a position to have to know that. I mean, I can't even imagine my son, kicking a puppy, much less hurting a child. So I guess most parents can't, though, huh? I know when my son was using heavy and he was causing me a lot of grief in my life. I mean, I was, dealing with chemotherapy and, medicines I had to watch. It's just, he was just causing me oh, your sons are not ugly, Hockey Mom. He was just causing me a lot of grief. I had a lot of animosity towards him. I still, to this day, have some resentment towards him. And he's doing a lot better in his recovery. I mean, he's going on 2 years sober or clean. But I still have resentment. Right, you don't protect your child if they do something awful, but is Steve Tim okay? I don't know, man. It's just tough. There were times in my son's addiction that I thought I hated him. I really honestly thought I hated him. I thought I was going to hell because of the feelings I had for my son when he was in full-blown addiction and the hell he was causing me in my life. What was he giving his expertise on, Crazy Nurse Granny? Suicide or... Good. I'm glad you're finer than a frog's hair. Like I said, no, I never gave up. I would never give up. I mean, I was the enabler. I was the one that, if my son was sick, I helped him get well. If he was hungry, I fed him. If he was cold, I warmed him. But it didn't mean that he wasn't causing my life just pure frickin' hell. That's true, Pumpkin Ore. You don't accuse somebody of... And see, that brings up a point. You just said it's sick to accuse an innocent person of molestation. So now you can see why when kids come forward and say they've been molested, that professionals and people question them and want to know if they're really telling the truth. So I don't see what the big, I think you should always believe the child, but I think you also have to, check them out and make sure they're telling the truth. A lot of lives. Lennon, I know. If your child was heavily addicted, you would tell them to leave me alone till you get off the shit. Trust me, I did. I begged my son to leave me alone. But I'm all my son has in this world. And he was so sick and so addicted that he didn't know how to leave me alone. So I had to leave him alone. I packed up what little bit I had left and I went 1,000 miles away. And when I did, he got sober. So... True, Puss in Boots. But what's Brian giving his expertise opinion about over there on Pinks? Let me guess. If you want to lose your kids in a custody fight, accuse your ex of sexual abuse without rock-solid proof. 100% way to lose your kids. I agree. I don't think anybody should be accused of that without solid proof. I think you need to take your children seriously, but I think they do need to be questioned. You know, considering that the person that they're accusing is somebody that you were once crazy in love with. You know, you married them because you loved them. You had children with them because you trusted them. So, you know, when a kid comes forward and says somebody's been doing something to them, especially if it's the parent, the other parent, you know, I could say, wait a minute, you know, let's talk about this. Let's not, you know. I believe George Anthony is a good daddy. I believe he was probably a better daddy than Cindy was a mother. And I'm not at all victim bashing Cindy Anthony. But I do believe she was a control freak. And hockey mom, I had children on accident. Didn't you learn what caused that, hockey mom? Oh, I felt horrible for her, Nanny C. I felt horrible for her. Thank you, Pumpkin Ore, but it's okay. You know, I survived, and thank heavens that my son survived, and he's flourishing. But it took me going 1,000 miles away from him to make him man up and do what he had to do. And he knows this. He tells me to this day, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, was pulling out in that U-Haul. I'm crying, he's crying, my brother's crying, the neighbors are crying. And my brother even said, do you want to go get him? No, we can't. We can't go get him. The whole point of me leaving is to make him stand on his own 2 feet. He was 31 years old at the time. And I'll never forget, he went to jail, and he wrote me a letter from jail, and he had just heard the song by Keith Urban, yes, he is my only child. Blue, is that what it's called? Blue? Thank you, Hockey Mom. I try. Where it says, tired of stealing your thunder, and my son must have just heard it, and you know, because he's in jail, I'm sure he didn't get the latest hits. And he wrote me a letter, and I cried like a baby when I read it, and he said, Mom, I just heard this song, and it reminds me of me and you. Of course, I don't think the song really reminds me of him and me, considering I know the words to the song. But he said in it, it says, yeah, blue ain't your color. He said, Mom, in it has a verse in it that says, I'm tired of stealing your thunder or something. He said, Mom, I'm so sorry. I've stolen your thunder for years. But like I told him, roar on, son. The sun's going to come out again. And the best thing he could do for me is to get clean and sober, and he did it. And I check on him every day to make sure he's, you know, because it truly is one day at a time. It truly is. Addiction is one day at a time. And I check on him every single day. How you doing, son? Or he checks on me. How you doing, Mom? He worries about me. He worries about my health. I went out to eat with him down in Florida, and he left, and he was almost in tears. And, of course, I was in tears because I cannot say goodbye. I cannot say goodbye to no one. No one. I almost tear up when I say goodbye at the bank. But I was in tears, and he's almost in tears. And I was like, what's the matter? He's like, I just worry about you, Mom. I just worry about you. Yeah. You don't need that guy so black and white. He's stealing your thunder. Yeah, that's the verse he thought applied to us. I think that's true in a lot of cases, Ninny. Blame the illness, not the person. I think that's true in a lot of cases. Oh, look at Happy, Happy, Happy singing to us. Yep, pumpkin ore, some parts of life are really painful, but you know what? It sure makes you appreciate the good parts. It sure makes you appreciate the good days. So what's everybody doing on this lazy Sunday afternoon other than chit-chatting with me? Herbie Herb. No, Life Rewinded came in here and said there is a troll trying to get information out of her about you. Now, why they would go to Life Rewinded, I don't know. But Life Rewinded seems pretty upset about it. So if you know how to get in, if you know how to get a hold of Life Rewinded, Herbie Herb, she might have your answers. Yeah, Daily, I hear you. Oh, a domestic god. Happy, happy, happy. Like I said, Herbie Herb, she just come in here. She was like, anybody know how to get a hold of Herbie Herb? There's a troll contacting me wanting information about Herbie Herb. And I said Herbie sometimes goes into Mandy Bell's live streams. Because that's the only place I see you anymore, Herbie. Maybe Pink's. I don't know. Night, Poppins. I don't know, Herbie Herb. Seems like there's a lot of trolls out lately. I don't know why anybody would be messing with you. Yeah, man. Mandy was Johnny on the spot, wasn't she? So, do you know how to get a hold of Life Rewinded, Herbie Herb? I mean, I'm sure you know what stream she goes into. Because she's the one saying that there's a troll asking about you. I don't know why a troll would go to Life Rewinded over Herbie Herb. I don't understand that whole concept, but I don't know. I don't know, Puss in Boots. I'm just going by what Life Rewinded said. I need a housekeeper too, Christy Andrews. Hey, have fun. Oh, you just got done with laser tag? Well, I hope it was fun. I need a housekeeper too. I still haven't unpacked from getting home from the airport. Now that's trifling. No, it doesn't make any sense. Why would a troll contact Life Rewinded in regards to Herbie Herb? I don't know. It makes no sense considering Herbie Herb doesn't hang out on that side of YouTube. Herbie Herb is usually in Mandy Bell's or Pink's. I think she might be a mod for Pink. But, so I don't know why that's happening. I don't know, Perplexed. Maybe because I was the only one. I don't know. Maybe, did Life Rewinded go into Pink's and ask? I don't know. Because that's, she could have, I mean, Herbie's obviously spending the afternoon with her children. She just said she got done playing laser tag. I don't know why she would come in here, Laura. I mean, looking for Herbie Herb. I don't know why anybody does anything they do around here. Yes, Jane Brown. That's exactly how it went down. That is exactly how it went down. Jane Brown's got the low down. I can be friends with anybody. I can honestly, well, no, not anybody. There's a couple out there I just don't have any desire to be friends with, but I can avoid them. What are you laughing about, Nanny? See, Jane Brown's got the low down. Nanny, we love you. And I'm going to have to hang out you. I'm going to have to send you my real phone number because if Hangouts goes away, I don't know how we'll talk. Who rocked up? I have no idea what you're all talking about. I'm going to have to go back here and get this turtle. Because I don't want to leave him out all night. Even though I left the lizard in the sink for, what, 2 days? Ouch. Ow. I'm stepping on pokey things. Ow. Look at my log I set my turtle on. I think Laura's going to talk about Jodi Arias tonight. Turtle name is Cody. No, it has to start with a T. And I'll tell you why it has to start. No, it has to start with an E. Not a T, an E. So it's got to be like Ernest or something. Ernie or Edna or something. And the reason being is because I got my girlfriend a shot glass. I got her whole family a shot glass, okay? Because they're big drinkers. And her name is Tracy with an E. But I couldn't find it with an E. Ethel. So, or Ernie. I like Ernie. You think it looks like a girl or a boy? Ellie. Looks like a girl. Look at my nails, man. They need painted bad. No, Ninny, it can't be Rocco. It has to start with an E. Because her shot glass doesn't have an E in it. So I got her, I dug up one of these turtles that I used to make. And I'm going to name it and send it with her shot glass and tell her, because she's missing the E. A boy, yes. Your boyfriend in the 9th grade looked like a turtle? Ooh, hockey mom, are you talking about his thing? You'd buy that? Ninny, I made hundreds of these. Ernestine. I don't know, I just thought the red hat looked boyish. I'll put other hats on them before. Visors, ball caps, bandanas. So they could sport their colors. Hockey mom, are you talking about your boyfriend's thing look like a turtle? Because that's gross. That's nasty. Hockey mom's nasty. Put a visor on it and send it to Gray. I'd have to put a visor on another one and send it to Gray. This one's glued. Edwin Scissor Turtle. We could do that. You were 19 in the 9th grade. Oh, he'd look around and had a long neck. Did he do it like real slow like? Oh. Good job, Jane Brown. Sorry, I gave Laura credit for your name. The glasses I made out of wire. And the little hats, I got them in like a Marshall's or something. The glasses, I just used little wire. And the little hats, I bought like different ones, like bonnets and hats and visors. And you can get them out of this bin in Marshall's. Yeah, well, I'm not down south anymore, so to find all the seashells. A lot of them were bigger than that. I didn't like the big ones as much. Because you can't find all those little seashells that need to look just like that. Alright, guys. So, Laura, you going live or not? Are you going live tonight? Need some mini gators to make earrings. Mini gators. Little bitty alligators. I could have brought you home a little mini lizard. Laura, you doing Jody Arias tonight? Hockey Mom is studying. So we know she won't be around tonight. Bye, Hockey. What time, Laura? Go ahead and tell everybody in here. No, Fred is not dead. You saw me. Nenny, I was live when I turned him loose. Remember I got him up on the wash rag, on the white washcloth? And then I folded it over. Then I took him outside. Fred is free. That's right. I did not kill Fred. Oh my God. I'll be known as the frickin'... Somebody will be calling PETA on me. I did leave him in the sink for days. It was air conditioned. Edith will work. It was air conditioned in there. It was 98 degrees outside. You tell me where Fred would have rather been. And call him PETA. Alright guys, it's 10 after 5. And I think I'm going to jump in the shower and get out of my shorts and t-shirt and into pajamas. I know. I turned him loose. He was still alive, I swear. No, it's 5:12 here, Laura. Moment of silence for Fred. I won't do it. I will not do it because Fred survived. He was a survivor. I'm not having a moment of silence for Fred. He's not dead. Alright, Laura will be live at 9. She has more adulting to do this afternoon. Stop it with the poor Fred shit. Nenny killed Fred. Yep, let's start that rumor. She ran over him. Yep. He was so little, though. I am not a Fred killer. Like I said, man, it was air conditioned in there. Yeah, dogs do eat the frogs and lizards. You're right, Susie Q. Bye, Daily Poppins. Bring it on. Alright guys, I'm gonna jump, get some things done, get settled in for the big night of YouTubing, I guess. Like I said, I just came on because, first of all, Marsha Whitesharkie did put a truth in her premiere. And it was. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Secondly, Brian's suicide explanation video was, well, it was bullshit. And the fact that he lies about things that he said is bullshit. So I thought, no, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about bullshit. Love you too, Susie Q. Ooh, that rhymes. So everybody enjoy the rest of their day. And everybody, I'll see you tonight in Laura's Live. And the ones I don't see in Laura's Live, I'll see you around like a donut. Bye, guys.